What is up, everybody? Greg the Bee Guy here, and I am coming to you from the Martin's Flowers and Shrubs feeder greenhouse out here on the Martin farm in Rostraver, Pennsylvania. And we're going to talk about something as a beekeeper that is near and dear to my heart, and that is what you see behind me, flowers. As a beekeeper, we know that our bees will only want to travel a certain amount of distance to feed. And that can range anywhere between 2 to 3 miles in a circular radius. But once it gets beyond that amount of distance, the bees will not like to forage beyond that, because the farther they have to go to find resources, the less resources they can actually bring back to the hive. So as beekeepers, we love it when people like to plant pollinating flowers, shrubs, and trees in their yards and in their gardens to help us and our bees help them, and then in turn it helps us on the other end with their resources and the things that they bring back, all their resources that they bring back to the hive. So when we're discussing flowers, there is basically 2 major categories of flowers that we're going to want to be able to plant in our yard and garden. And it's good to know the differences between the 2, because there are pluses and minuses for both groups. And that first group are your annuals. Now, your annuals, as the name kind of dictates, an annual, you plant it in the ground, it will grow, it will start to bloom, it will bloom for the set amount of season, and then it'll die, and then the following year you have to replant it. And then the second group are your perennials. The perennials, kind of as the name dictates, you plant them once, and as long as you don't do anything catastrophic to them, or like you letting me near them, because I have a knack for killing flowers, even though I'm a beekeeper. As long as you don't do anything catastrophic to them, if you plant them once, they will come back year after year after year, and then you will have that plant. It will continue to grow, and it'll come back, and it'll bloom for year after year after year. Now, you might say to yourself, well, if that's the case, why would I even bother planting annuals and just plant all perennials in my garden? And then that way I can plant them once and never have to worry about them again. Well, that is where the pluses and minuses come in for both categories, and we are going to talk about that next. The sponsor of this video today is none other than Martin's Flowers and Shrubs on Route 51 North in Rostraver Township, Pennsylvania, your one-stop shop for all of this, including trees and shrubs and all of your aquatic needs. So if you have a pond, if you need fish, or you need pond plants, Martin's is the place to go. Martin's also has a fully stocked pet store that has all the pet food supplies for dogs, cats, birds, fish, and farm animals. Martin's also carries bulk items like mulch, topsoil, and rock. Martin's also carries Angry Bees local raw honey. So if you're looking for honey from us, then stop in at Martin's Flowers and Shrubs on Route 51 North in Rostraver, Pennsylvania, your one-stop shop for everything that you need, including Angry Bees raw honey. So, what are the pluses and the minuses of each category? Or let's just say this, what is the biggest plus for an annual and the biggest plus for a perennial? So as an annual, and again, I'm going to talk in broad terms now. There may be some annuals that don't fall into this category. There also may be some perennials that don't fall into their category either, but I want to do this in a broad sense of most annuals and most perennials. So what is the biggest benefit of planting annuals? And that benefit is a longer blooming cycle or longer blooming season. So your annual will grow up, it will start to bloom, and as long as you take care of it, and some of them need pruned and some other things, some of them need different types of fertilizer throughout the season, but as long as you take care of them, they will continue to bloom for a long period during that season. So it might be a month or 2 months or 3 months. Some of these annuals will bloom the entire growing season, and then they will die, and then they will be able to be planted. They will have to be planted next season. So that is the biggest benefit of the annual, is you get a long growing season or a long blooming season. Perennials, on the other hand, the biggest benefit to the perennial is the fact that you don't have to plant it year after year after year. However, the biggest drawback for perennials, again, broadly speaking, is that perennials will only bloom for a small amount of time, a week or 2 weeks, and then they will not die. They will continue to grow. They will just not continue to bloom anymore during that season. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this list. So again, what are the top 6 pollinating flowers that you can put in your yard and garden to help out your local beekeeper and make sure that their bees are happy and healthy and being able to forage as close to their home colony as possible? Now, if you guys make it all the way to the end of the video, I'm going to give you 2 bonus flowers. So please stick around, watch this video, and at the end, I will give you 2 bonus flowers that you can add to this list. So number 1 is the one that I have here in front of me, and this is the marigold. This is your first annual, all right? The marigold is a really hardy plant. It will actually grow pretty good in colder climates. And I will tell you that I am in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now, and our climate zone is climate zone 6B. So make sure when you're thinking about planting flowers and shrubs, no matter what type they are, that you contact your local grower, your local nursery, and make sure you know what zone you're in. And they will normally be able to help you out because they will normally grow the flowers and shrubs and trees in their nursery that grow in that zone or are very successful in that zone. So again, back to the marigold. Now, this is a Durango bee marigold, bee like B-E-E. And it is a very healthy and hardy marigold, especially for someone like me that doesn't have a green thumb. They are very hard to kill. This marigold likes full to partial sun, so you can put them out in midday sun. And the one thing about the marigold is that it doesn't like super wet soil. So you want to make sure that they're not going to be in a situation where they're going to be in standing water. You want to make sure that soil is a little bit dry. Now, the marigold will grow about 12 inches tall, and as long as, from what I'm being told, as long as you trim these little blooms that have died off, as long as you trim them down, this marigold will continue to produce beautiful flowers for you the entire growing season. So number 1, guys, is the Durango bee marigold. So guys, your second annual is this beautiful alyssum that I have in front of me here. This one here is the clear crystal white alyssum. This plant is, again, an annual, and it is very hardy in the zone that we're in, zone 6B. It does like full to partial sun, so you can put it right out in the middle of the yard, no problem. Also, if you plant it in like an area where it doesn't get sun all day, it will thrive for you. It is more of a ground cover type plant, so it will stay a little bit lower to the ground. About 6 to 8 inches is all it's going to grow up to. And it will tolerate a little bit of a wetter soil. It doesn't, again, like to be in standing water, but it will tolerate a little bit of a wetter soil. So guys, number 2, and I will tell you this on this alyssum, you'll see these because we have these out in our yard. The bees will land on this and they'll like walk from plant to plant, and there'll just be so many bees on this that you can't even count them all. So number 2 is the clear crystal white alyssum. Okay, guys, so your third annual is the impatient. This is a rose impatient, and this rose impatient is again going to be a lower growing plant. It is going to be probably 4 to 6 inches off the ground. Now, this impatient doesn't like full sun, so you're going to want to plant it in a shade area or a shaded garden. So partial sun to partial shade. And again, it will grow anywhere from 15 to 20 inches like in diameter. But again, it will stay between 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches above the ground. So your third annual is the rose impatient. And last but not least, guys, is probably the most popular of the annual pollinators that you're going to see in somebody's garden when it comes to helping out the bees, and that is none other than the sunflower. All right, now this sunflower here is again, this is a miniature sunflower, so you can see the blooms are about, I don't know, 2.5 to 3 inches across. This plant will grow anywhere from 24 to 48 inches tall, and it will continue to produce these large, nice flowers that the bees just absolutely love. Again, this is a full to partial sun plant, and it will survive in most soils. They're pretty hard to kill. Some places they're even considered weeds. So, but this is definitely one that you're going to see a ton of pollinating insects on. So this is probably one of my better picks, is this miniature sunflower. Now, your first perennial. So your first perennial is pretty much a go-to when it comes to planting, pollinating flowers and shrubs in your yard. And that is what I have in front of me here, and that is the lavender plant, right? This is a super blue lavender. Again, this is a perennial, so it will return for you year after year. It will grow about 8 to 10 inches to 12 inches above the ground. It produces these beautiful little blue blooms for you, and it will continue to spread on the ground. This is another one that will thrive in full to partial sun. And now this one here, unlike the marigold, will be able to succeed in a little bit of a wetter soil. So again, if you're getting a little bit more rain, or you have an area that doesn't wash out as well or doesn't dry up as well, the lavender will be okay in that situation. So again, guys, your first perennial is really the go-to perennial, and that is lavender. So number 2 on the list, guys, is what I'm surrounded by here, are these beautiful cone flowers. Now, there are so many different varieties, and I just wanted to show you just kind of where I'm at right now. I have 6 or 7 different varieties of cone flowers that I am surrounded by. So for example, we have this wild berry cone flower, which is this beautiful, like purplish color. We have the Sunseeker, which is this gorgeous orange. We also have the Starfire, which is the yellow one behind me there. Cone flowers will grow 18 to 30 inches. They are a full sun to partial sun plant, and they are accommodating to most soil types. So whether you're in a little bit of a wetter environment, a little bit of a drier environment, these wonderful perennials will come back for you, and they will thrive. Bees love them, butterflies love them. We have them out in our apiary. So guys, it's kind of hard to beat. There's a couple on this list, but these ones are hard to beat. Again, number 2, perennial, the coneflower. All right, guys, so your third perennial is going to be this beautiful Persian blue dwarf catmint. Now, this catmint, again, is one of those plants we have out in our nursery there, and the bees will just be all over this thing. They'll be walking up and down the little tiny purple flowers and just kind of hitting everyone on their way. So it is really, really one of the best, I think personally, to put out there for the bees. This is one of the ones that I think is strongest. If you want my pick for number 1, it's this one. This is going to be about a 12 to 18 inch grower. It does grow in a bush style, all right, and it will tolerate full sun to partial sun. And the soil quality, again, is going to be just like most of the other ones. It's going to be kind of like not standing water, but it will tolerate some wetter type soil. So again, guys, my number 1 pick is this beautiful blue Prussian dwarf catmint. So guys, if you've made it this far in this video, again, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope this video was informative and helped you out. And comment down below which one of these would be your favorite pollinator to plant in your yard or garden. And again, if you have one that's not on the list, please let me know by commenting down below. Like and share this video. And again, it really helps the channel out, and it helps me to produce some more content like this. So what was your favorite one? I think my favorite one might be this sunflower. It's either the sunflower or the catnip. It's really a close one, but I think I'm gonna have to go with the sunflower. So like I promised you guys, next we're gonna give you 2 bonus ones that you can add to your garden or yard. So stay with me. Our first bonus is, I probably should have let you guys guess it, but our first bonus is this petunia. How can you go wrong with petunias, right? So this petunia, and you know, for lack of a better term, it's kind of unkillable, especially again for somebody like myself. They're very, very hard to kill. As long as you water them once a week or whatever, they will live as long as you can keep them alive. The full sun, partial sun, no sun, they seem to thrive in just about every environment. Now, the one thing I have been told about petunias is they will thrive even better if you cut off the dead or dying blooms, and the other blooms will just keep blooming. So again, guys, one of the reasons why this is your bonus is because it's literally in every garden shop, every supermarket, Walmart, Lowe's, wherever you go, you're going to see these petunias. There's a bazillion different colors and styles, different baskets. And the nice thing about the petunia is a lot of them will come in baskets so that you can go ahead and hang them up. You don't even have to put them in your yard and garden. You can just hang them on a stake or put them on your porch or whatever. And it's going to add that extra little bit of resources for those pollinators that are out there. So your first bonus one is the petunia. So your second one is this beautiful dahlia. So this dahlia, again, is just one of those ones that you can put in a pot, small pot, large pot, you know, so you don't necessarily have to put it in your yard. This is why I put them in the bonus section, because these are just ones that you can throw somewhere and just kind of let them grow. This is gonna be like a 12 to 14 inch with these beautiful, like raspberry color blooms on them. And very nice, very hard to kill. Full sun, partial sun, keep them watered once a week or twice a week. They will do fine for you. And this one is gonna be good for anything out there when you're talking about pollinators coming in. So guys, your second bonus one is this purple dahlia. So guys, that's the video for today. I hope you liked it and enjoyed it. Again, like and share, comment down below, give me some extra ones that I can put in my area near my hives so that my bees can feed a little bit closer. But again, thank you for watching this far, and I will put links to all these flowers down below in the description, so that if you missed one or you didn't hear me exactly, or maybe I even said one of the names wrong, I'm going to put them down below in the comments so that you can go ahead and research them on your own. And again, put a mix of them together. Put some annuals with perennials. That's what's going to make this a great list, is you're going to be able to mix and match and do a bunch of things so that you can get those pollinators out there that are looking for resources, will come into your yard, and it'll help you, help them, help me, help you. Yeah, help, I don't know. Anyway, Greg the Bee Guy, Angry Bees Farms and Apiaries, signing off. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.